It's Nolan. What's going on, y'all? It's the kid J Nolan here. Hey man, I know some of y'all been waiting on this since early in the morning. Unfortunately, I was not able to do this until now. I do have a life, right? I got a fiance, I have a child now. You know what I'm saying? So we had some things to take care of, but nonetheless, we're here. Nicki Minaj has officially dropped her diss track to Megan Thee Stallion called Bigfoot. She's been making all the hype about this song for the past few days. So much has been said. We've covered a lot of it on this channel. So much more we're going to cover today in this video, so don't go nowhere. This might run a little long, maybe 25, maybe 30 minutes. I don't know. We're going to go over the lyrics. We're not going to play the song. Y'all know how I get down on this channel, but I will break down all the bars, or at least go through all the bars. We're going to go through some more of what she's talking about on Twitter. I'm going to give you guys my assessment of the record just overall. So without further ado, let's get right into it, man. Bigfoot, we already know what it's about. We know who it's about. First thing, Bigfoot is produced by Tate Kobang and Zell2 Trill. Unfortunately, Nicki Minaj was not able to get the clearance from Juicy J and Lil Ju made the beat for her originally intended diss track. That was delusion to even think that they were going to clear it with their connection already being with Megan Thee Stallion. That was pretty dumb. She tries to act like that was calculated, like she was going to expose them for trying to hold her back. It seems that she's trying her best to position herself as a victim in this situation. Don't know how that works. But let's move forward. This song is a response to Megan Thee Stallion's song Hiss, which is out right now. Dropped on Friday. It's at #1 on iTunes, Apple Music, etc. It's trending. Nicki Minaj's meltdowns on social media have definitely contributed to that song trending and selling and streaming. I don't understand how she doesn't see that she's being used. But here we are. Been Trill, been doing it, been at it. Your flow is such a bore. Drinking a bottle of Henny through a straw. Bitch, you better start the dialogue before I hit Carl and buy your catalog. I guess Megan Thee Stallion is not leaving with ownership of her old masters. Maybe she only has ownership of her new masters, as she is in a new deal, in a new situation rather. She's threatening to buy Megan Thee Stallion's catalog. That's a big boss, some big boss talk. We're not going to act like it's not. You know, we got to be fair. We got to be objective here. If she could possibly pull that move, that would be a hell of a chess move. Do I think it's going to happen? No. But Carl is petty, right? He already has a unsettled score with Megan Thee Stallion. They went back and forth through court, all that shit. She wanted to get off the label before her term was done. She fulfilled her contract, put the music out. He was trying to continue keeping her bonded to his label, bound to his label. She was like, no, I already delivered everything that was in my contract. I'm out. She won in court. So I could see him being petty, but it doesn't do anything good for him unless Nicki Minaj comes with multi-millions of dollars. It's not going to make sense for Carl to sell Megan Thee Stallion's catalog. She says, how you fuck your mother man when she die? How you go on Gayle King and can't cry? Child, bye. Bigfoot, you still a small fry. Swearing on your dead mother when you lie. See, only thing about this, Nicki Minaj has been heralded as a lyricist. Nicki Minaj has been heralded as somebody that can really rap. Bars. She could go toe to toe with the guys. This is elementary ass, whack ass bars. This is not good. She's playing around, I suppose. Or is this how she really creates, right? Nicki Minaj, when it comes to creating albums, it takes her years to drop albums. Minimum 2 years, but in the last era or the last couple eras, it's taken her 4 or 5 years to put out tracks and put out albums. It seems she may have a little bit of writer's block. That pen that she's been bragging about, that pencil she's been bragging about her entire career, seems to have gone dull a little bit. She says, how you fuck your mother man when she die? A lot of people took that as Megan's mom was messing with T. Ferris, who was originally Megan Thee Stallion's manager, right? When Megan decided she wanted to leave 1501 certified, took those meetings with Roc Nation. T. Ferris was present for all of that. Carl Crawford and 1501 were not happy with T. Ferris for being present because he was originally supposed to be an advisor for the label, but instead he's taken on a role of being with Megan Thee Stallion. That was actually a promise that T. Ferris made to Megan's mother before she died, is that he will always look out for her. So he's kept his end of the bargain. Now, do we know if T. Ferris and Megan's mom had a relationship, if they had some sort of romance going on. I don't know that to be true. It's possible, especially for the endless alliance that he has to Megan. There's some people out there that say that he may even have guardianship over Megan, which is weird. We'll get to that in a little bit. Nicki is alleging that Megan's been sleeping with this man who was also sleeping with her deceased mother before passing. She says, how you going, Gayle King, and can't cry? Everybody did have a little bit of a laugh when she went on TV with those crocodile tears. It's not anything to be hidden. It's not anything that we don't know about. She definitely got judged by that interview going on there saying that she swear that she never had sex with Tory Lanez, and then it was revealed that they did. That's going to be a stain on her career. Some people are going to forget. A lot of people are going to forget, especially as time passes. But there's going to be people in the world out there that won't. Do I think that this is prime time diss material? Absolutely not. So then she goes into her verse, the Ayo. Normally the Ayo means it's about to get good. So she says, this little begging whore talking about Megan's Law. For a free beat, you can hit Megan raw. If you a ghostwriter, party in Megan jaw. Shots thrown, but I still ain't let Megan score. So she says, you're talking about Megan's Law, right? You're a begging whore. I guess she's going to give Megan Thee Stallion this new nickname, Beggin' instead of Megan. For a free beat, you can hit Megan raw, which is alluding to the producer, Lil Ju made the beat. She's basically saying he's receiving sexual benefits for producing for Megan. We don't know that to be true. There's speculation about that, but we don't know that. She says, if you a ghostwriter, party in Megan jaw, right? So that alludes to Partisan Fontaine. She's trying to say that Party was helping to write Megan Thee Stallion's music. We addressed this yesterday. I don't believe that to be true. Megan's pen has been consistent since before she came out mainstream, during the time she's been mainstream, during the relationship with Party, and after. Everything is consistent. Partisan did help out. We're not, you know what I'm saying? There are some credits with him being a part of Savage Remix, Thought Shit, and Bongos with Cardi B. But I think more than anything, when it comes to Bongos, I mean, he originated as Cardi B's writer. So I could see him helping with that. On Thought Shit, he actually has a vocal in the track. You know what I'm saying? Why you out here? Forgot what the fuck he said, but he has a vocal on there, which he probably received writing credit for on Thought Shit. So we don't know if he actually helped write that song, but he got credit for it for having a lyric. When it comes to Savage Remix, that's where Beyonce shows up and she has a rap verse. Now, Partisan could have written Beyonce's verse. So I'm not trying to cape for Megan. I'm just being honest, looking out, you know what I'm saying, from logic. Megan Thee Stallion has an entire catalog of songs. She has a catalog of her own hits that Partisan is not attached to. So when you point out these 3 records, there's some logical explanations here. She also suggests that Megan Thee Stallion will let Partisan Fontaine have oral sex with her for him to write a song. Shots thrown, but I still didn't let Megan score. You know, shots thrown, basically saying I'm blocking all your shots. Clever, not a bad bar. Then she goes into the Bigfoot thing that she's been alluding to for days on days. I don't know why she likes this thing so much. It's whack, but bad bitch, she like 6 foot. I call her Bigfoot. The bitch fell off. I said, get up on your good foot. Still ain't top red ruby. They trying to sell the sauce. I said, get up out my cookbook. Get up out my cookbook? It's not clever. Again, it's not connecting. Like you punching, but you looking like Cuba Gooding in that motherfucking living room. I don't know, dog. But she says, but really I'm a sweetie pie. P-R-T-T-Y, but I'm P-E-T-T-Y. You sure are. You know what I mean? By law, by marriage, and by character. Why did you lie about your lipo? Fucking your best friend man is crazy. You the type though. She's still saying that Tory Lanez was Kelsey's man, that she was smashing on him, right? I addressed that yesterday. If Tory Lanez was indeed messing with Kelsey and Megan at the same time, it just seems very hard for me to believe that they weren't all in on it together. With all the time they were spending, with all the... If you go back and look at Quarantine Radio, Look at how close they were. How could Kelsey ever be on the outside looking in, not questioning, damn, they a little close. They got a little chemistry over there. He's sticking it to, you know what I mean? Sticking it to her. But why he so close with her? Seems like a three-way title match for all my wrestling fans. That's just me though. You was lying to the queen, then you went lying to the king. Gail, the 30-year-old T so stale. Kenneth Petty's criminal case. It's not stale. It's very fresh actually. And it's always going to remain fresh because it's on his jacket. Y'all might want to try to figure out how to get that expunged out of his record, but it's not happening. It's public information. Anybody that has something to say about you in a negative light is always going to come back to him. That's the man you associated yourself with. That's the man you married. That's the man you laid down and procreated with and had a child with. Every sign points to pedophilia with this guy. I mean, the 30-year-old T you're talking about, whether it's the story you told on Queen Radio about meeting him when you was 15 years old and he's clearly 4 years older than you, meaning he was 19. So he was a adult coming and trying to spend time with you as a 15-year-old minor, beat up another nigga just to get your attention because you wasn't ready to mess with him. The writing's on the wall, and it's looking like it's written in blood. Kylie kicked you out and made you stumble to the car. Barbs, I need an alcohol bar. This was trash. The Kylie kicked you out and made you stumble to the car. This is like, you know, Megan did get kicked out from that party. They said she was irate. That's what they claim. There's other stories that go against that claim, but that's one of the stories that came out. And then she says, Barbs, I need an alcohol bar. And they say, Roman, wait, that was the bar. Like, she's all over the beat. She's not like rapping on beat. The way that the beat is like transitioning, she's like out of pocket, out of sync. These bars are whack. Not creative. The song is not mixed. It's not mastered. It's literally just straight off of somebody's hard drive. Like she recorded that bitch and just put it right on DSPs. Like it doesn't even sound like it was recorded in a high quality studio. I could probably record that here right now live and sound better. It's weird. It's the weirdest thing. And she's standing on this shit 10 toes down like she did something major. Like a bodybuilder, I keep raising the bar. Fuck you get shot with no scar. So now she's alluding to the fact she doesn't believe Megan got shot despite the fact that you called her bullet fragment bitch. So now we're getting contradiction. It's sad that I'm like, the entire breakdown of your lyrics is like me debunking theories. And that's not even my intention coming into the song, but this is what you wrote. This is what your fave wrote for all you Nicki Minaj fans, stands, and barbs out there. This is what she went in the studio and created. This little piggy toxic. Somebody adopted. Shoulda get dark like chocolate. Come on, dog. Dark like chocolate? Y'all letting that pass? I'm about to get up in your ass, bitch, clench. Yeah, sort of like French. Now, she's alluding to Megan Thee Stallion having some sort of relationship, sexual relationship with French Montana. She claims that when they linked up to do the song Hot Girl Summer, she stepped out on a patio with French Montana. They had a romance going on. I don't know. She visited French Montana in the hospital in 2019. She grabbed dinner with him the following month. Fellow rapper DaBaby, who Meg collaborated with on songs, claimed in his 22 song Boogeyman that he had sex with her twice in 2 days leading up to her being shot by Tory Lanez. So they're trying to make it seem like she's a pass around. You know what I'm saying? They got you all them Grammys, but your flow's still a no. What a fiasco, Lupe. This is physically extracted ass juice put into one of them, you know, them goddamn them glasses at the restaurant when you try to be fancy, that motherfucker be having the goddamn it should be cold and clouded like a motherfucking margarita with the motherfucking salt and sugar rimmed at the top. It's ass juice with a margarita top. Future made you pay. Ha. How? Okay, nigga, this is the music industry. People pay for verses all the time. What you talking about? She want to party with DaBaby while rubbing on Tory toupee. I guess she needed money bags for them Trey songs. So now she's alluding back to her relationship with Moneybagg Yo. Nicki Minaj feels like she's above Megan Thee Stallion because Megan has had a history of either having relationships or sex with other rappers. The problem is Megan Thee Stallion already pulled the 8 Mile B Rabbit move, right? In her song Hiss, she says she ain't scared of dick. She's made it very apparent she enjoys having sex. She enjoys her sexual freedom. She's sexually liberated. Whoever she want to lay with, she owns up to that shit and says whatever it is. Now, that Gayle King interview would be contradictory. We have to keep that in perspective. But she said it herself. She ain't scared of it. Okay? So you can't fight somebody by saying their entire lineup when a motherfucker clearly says, I'm with the shits. If we catch a vibe, it is what it is. You can't shame somebody that is okay with it. Moving forward, of course, there's the whole Trey Songz thing. That's a little bit... Wouldn't say she was flirting with Trey Songz. It seems like Trey Songz was more so flirting with her, trying to force her to drink in the video I seen. Seems to be a little interesting with you music industry niggas and these forced drinks though. Trey was trying to get Megan to drink. She wasn't having it. You was trying to get Megan to drink. She wasn't having it. But you tried to flip the script and say she was trying to get you to drink. It seemed like y'all was trying to, you know what I mean? I don't think Megan was comfortable drinking by herself if you weren't going to partake. That's what it seemed like to me. But then you actually started trying to, you was trying to dry the boat, right? We saw that. Me, I don't drink. So nobody could ever come to me and be like, nigga, nah, motherfucker. I don't drink. Keep playing. You're going to be drinking your own blood fucking with me. Now she says she G-Eazy. Carl made a crawl for it. Okay, there was rumors of her dealing with G-Eazy at a time. I do remember that as well. So that's another rapper on Megan's jacket. That was it's never confirmed. He kissed her or something like that, and they never popped back out together, if I'm not mistaken. Then why the fuck they poked the monster? Fucking with Nicki this year, ho, I'm coming like a porn star. Whack. She just mad that no nigga ever loved her. No nigga gonna stand 10 toes behind her. Is it my fault I got good vagina? Why the fuck is you humping on a minor? With this, where have we seen Megan Thee Stallion humping on a minor? I want to understand where that ever happened. But they have you in 4K giving a lap dance to a 13-year-old. What the fuck is going on, people? We've got you on a song with a 16-year-old Lil Twist talking about giving them the nanny. You married a nigga who is a convicted sexual offender. And you got the nerve to put humping on a minor in a song. Then she goes into the other piece because you was lying on your dead mama. Lying on your dead mama. This is the bullshit y'all are co-signing and allowing to come out. Now, she comes out and says, now listen up, Bigfoot. You know I got a lot of tea. I went easy on you. Glass fragment foot ass bitch. You know, whenever I meet a woman that will fuck her friend's man and let your friend talk about your ex-friend baby on the internet, I know that. They have a very evil spirit. Then she comes in and says, where are my prayer warriors at after all this hate that she spewed on the record? Now you want to act like goddamn Kirk Franklin. Come on. I don't think you want the next installment of this song. I know it's the most attention you've ever gotten. One flow ho, but trust. If you don't apologize to your mama in 24 hours, shit gonna get uglier than Ken Barbie, okay? Don't play. She says, and also I'd like to say to my supporters, I love you. May God bless you. You're amazing. All the good pussy gal them too. Yes, but I'm very serious, ho. The things you lied about, even pertaining to your mom, you don't want them out. Now, since you think it's funny to speak about people's families, we'll all join in. We'll all play the reindeer games. Soon as your new nose heals, and soon as you're blank. Well, let's leave that for the second installment. So she's also alleging that Megan Thee Stallion got a nose job. And again, as I stated yesterday, I don't understand how somebody who's gotten cosmetic surgery or modifications to their body is going to come out and shame somebody with allegations of doing the same. You the one that came out and regretted getting your ass did. Nobody made you come out and say that. Took you long enough to even cop out to admit you did it. You tried to pull the wool over the people's eyes that you just got thick all of a sudden. Came out as an average around the way girl and ended up with an around the waist. This is crazy, man. And it sounds like I'm really like on Megan's side here, and I'm not. It's just, if we got to go by the content of the two records, Hiss versus Bigfoot, Hiss was cohesive. Hiss was planned out. It was strategic, right? You could tell that Megan is leading us somewhere. She came out with Cobra. She came out with Hiss. We're going in some direction. She's addressing all of the rumors, all of her enemies before something else. So she's coming with a pre-planned observation of what she's trying to do. You're coming out defending yourself, right? You getting punched on. That Megan's Law shit got you like, oh, motherfucker, I can't believe you said that. That's what did it. When she put that bar in that song, they had your ass looking like, y'all seen that meme where that nigga be like, whoa. Yeah. Had your ass looking like a boxer that just got down, hit through the ropes and never made his way. Y'all seen the video of the nigga that got knocked out the ring? That nigga got up and started flexing like he was coming back to start a new fight, and the fight was over. That's what we're dealing with right now, people. You shouldn't have put this out. And as much as we wanted you to come back fast and respond and defend your honor, it's looking like you should have taken a little extra time. You should have took time to refine your penmanship. You talking about you delivered 5 diss songs? If you got 5 songs like this, scrap them all. Desecrate them all. And if Tate Cobain is responsible for gassing you up to put this bullshit out because we don't see anybody else in your corner, fire him. The beat ain't even banging. It's a very elementary beat. The raps ain't good. ATL Jacob offered you a beat. I'm sure you didn't want to pay for it, which is why we don't have it here. Maybe ATL Jacob will be on the other 4, or one of the other 4. For his sake, let's hope that those never come out if they sound like this. This is a crock of shit. And for somebody who's been heralded and regarded as a top tier lyricist, as one of the biggest, most successful female rappers in history, if not the biggest and most successful female rapper in history, and your whole entire spiel has been about bars, you put out a whole song with no bars. Unfortunately, it seems you're starting to show your age. And I'm not an ageist, right? If the song would have been fire, and I honestly wanted it to be fire so that we could actually have a discourse about an ongoing battle. The problem here is you shot your load with this. You put all of this stuff on Twitter, which diluted your message, number one. You tried to take the Pusha T route, story of Adidon, right? You tried to go for all of the hurtful things that you could possibly say and just piled them on. The problem is it wasn't potent. It doesn't sound good. It's not aesthetically pleasing to the ear. The production is rushed. You played your hand on social media. You expected Juicy J and Lil Ju Made the Beat, who both are active in Megan Thee Stallion's career, to give you a beat. It probably would have worked a little better because that original beat was much better. But at this point, you're looking bad. And we haven't even got to the tweets. This is just off the song alone, and we already been talking for 27 minutes. My God, this is terrible. And it sounds like I'm on your ass, but I'm really not. I'm just being honest. One of the things she said last night, she comes out and says, LOL, she said, I'm an independent artist. YouTube is sending notifications to millions of people who don't even subscribe to her, allegedly. Roc Nation has paid ads all over Twitter, allegedly. She's signed to 300/Warner. She's independent, all right. Lion Lipo, #Bigfoot. We're going to address all of this in order. So we've got Derek L. Cottingham, I don't know how you like your name to be pronounced, music journalist that comes out and actually gives a little bit of clarity about Megan's situation. Okay? And I think this is actually a very vital piece of the conversation, which is why I'm talking about it, because this is another one of those misnomers that got people shook, got people in a tizzy. Sometimes I just wish people would just enjoy the music for what it is. Because once the fans get involved and we start talking about terminology in the music and in the business that y'all don't live with, that y'all don't have to study, that y'all don't have to, base your livelihood around, people start talking about this stuff as if they know what the fuck they're talking about. Well, I'm going to help you. Okay? For those of y'all that may be new here, I'm actually an artist and a songwriter myself and a ghostwriter. I teach artists about the music business in my time outside of YouTube, and I create content on YouTube that delves deeper into the mechanics of the music industry. That content, of course, is not salacious. It's not gossip. It gets a lot less attention, but there's a track record that shows that I've been doing this for a while if you'd like to go look it up. If not, it doesn't matter. Derica says, Meg deal with Roc Nation is management. They were her management while she was still signed. She's not signed to a label now. A lot of big artists, indie artists do this, by the way, to distribution deals like Chance did with Apple Music, right? Y'all remember Chance has been independent his entire career, but then he did a partnership with Apple Music where he put out maybe like 2-3 projects back to back to back exclusively through them. And since then, he's been independent ever since and probably still owns those masters with Apple. Meg has distribution through WMG. She owns her music too. I don't know why you put 300 there. WMG owns 300. 300 was their own company. They did a partnership with Warner. Warner is the big company. It's very easy to conflate these things because if you're signed to a traditional big label, Meg never was. She in fact put 1501 on the map. Then they do everything in-house. Typically, indie artists, though, can do things separately that best benefit their creative rights. The reason she got out of her deal with 1501 started when Roc Nation management, you get lawyers doing a contract audit and they noticed that the contract was not in favor of the artist. All of this has been documented the entire way. So for those that don't like Megan, there's a track record of all of these things. They came out and said that her contract was unconscionable. This is what caused the feud between her and 1501 to begin with. I remember this because I still had a job in 2020 when this information came out. I remember reading about this at work and listening to podcasts about it. Independence means ownership, and it's a route many artists take these days to avoid predatory profit splits and so they can own their own masters. Conflating distribution to being signed is where y'all get things mixed up because they are two very different down to the business. It's a hard route to take though because many artists have to come to the table as already big or marketable for these traditional companies to feel like there's ROI, return on investment, and be interested. Meg proved she was by being on a small boutique label that she put on the map. So basically it's saying if you're not a big established artist and you go to one of these labels asking for a distribution deal, they may decline you because where's the upside for them? You make all this money while they help you, but we're not in the business of just helping you. Megan Thee Stallion has a proven track record because she came in signed to 1501, which is a label that was unproven. It was started by Carl Crawford, who's not even a music executive. He's coming straight off the retirement from being on the baseball field. Right? He made hundreds of millions of dollars playing baseball and decided he wanted to take a shot at music. The only reason we know who 1501 is due to Megan's success. So she put the label on her back, and Carl Crawford has come out. There's podcasts of him and Slim Thug stating Carl Crawford really didn't even believe in Megan Thee Stallion. He was signing artists out in Houston. Anybody that rapped, if they could come to the studio and prove that they wanted to be a rapper, he would sign them. And he basically said, one of these motherfuckers gonna go. And whoever goes is going to be the launching pad for everybody else to follow. That one turned out to be Megan Thee Stallion. The song that blew her up, Big Old Freak, he wasn't even a fan of the record. But because it started bubbling when she put it out, they got behind it. This is the real shit. But for Meg to have this independence and ownership, that means paying for the creative process out of your own pocket, from production to music videos, etc. Luckily for her, she had good management and her brand deals offer great revenue stream to fund the music. So now when you see that she's got a Popeyes deal, when she's got this deal, that deal, right? Y'all probably been wondering how is she doing all this? Why is she doing all this? Well, Roc Nation as her management is like, yo, while you're in limbo with your label because When there's limbo, when the audits are happening, no money can be moved. So even though her music was generating money, she wasn't being paid, which she also tried to sue them for money. So it's like, well, shit, how can we get you paid? We're going to have to get you some endorsements to where that money comes directly to you. So she's been eating off these big deals, right? We saw her in Marvel, She-Hulk and all that type of shit. That's big money to be seen. That's why folks have this out in the mud, down bad perception of indie artists, because you have to create and fund. It's why buying singles, merch, etc. matters most for indie artists. Just recently have artists figured out how to do so, but through major brand deals they acquire. The key is ownership. Signing to a label, they own your masters and have more control over your art. Distribution was typically a separate company. Labels these days do an in-house company to handle it. It's just a contract to say they handle getting the music in stores and DSPs. That's not entirely true though. I will push back on that a little bit. Artists like Megan Thee Stallion is also going to get some sort of investment from Warner, because if she just wants to own her music and get it to the stores and DSPs, she could go through any self-service distribution program for that. So the upside of dealing with a Warner is that they're going to come and give you a contract to stay affiliated with you, right? And then they're going to take a distribution fee, which is going to be typically 20 to 30%. And that works in their favor too, because it's like, at least we get 30%, 20% off of a huge artist rather than getting 20 to 30% off of a smaller artist. So it works both ways. Megan gets a little money. She gets the assistance of a powerhouse label while still being independent. And they get to still be involved in her career in some capacity rather than her leaving outright. For those that don't know how this shit works, this is a quick crash course. I don't want to spend too much time on this, but this is one of Nicki Minaj's arguments. And as you can see, a lot of the things that she's saying, if not all of the things that she's saying, is false information. It's not true. It's not real. And she's given us a bunch of straw man arguments. I don't see how anybody could ride with this shit. But we're going to keep going because she had so much more to say, which is fucking embarrassing. There's even audio of Nicki Minaj coming out and talking about Megan Thee Stallion not being independent. She's willing to go on this hill and be struck down if it takes it.
Because when somebody can just lie, I'm talking about, yo, if that shit is not, yo, can you imagine someone coming on the internet and saying, hi, y'all, I'm an independent artist, so go easy on me. You're signed to 300/Warner.
No, she's not. She was signed to 1501/300. Warner owns 300. She fulfilled her contract with 1501, which is who had the deal with 300. After fulfilling her contractual duties with 300, she said, I don't want to go back with y'all. I want to deal with the bigger company. I want to go with the big dog. So she signed a distribution deal with Warner. There's some people over at 300 that she fucked with that worked on her projects. She took them with her, made them a part of her actual personal team to work with at Warner. Again, I don't exist to go against Nicki Minaj. I am not a Nicki Minaj hater. I don't have no dog in this race. I'm here to express truth. If nobody else on this internet does, y'all know y'all could come to J Nolan channel to express the truth, especially when it comes to the music business, especially when it comes to the inner workings of this shit. If there's information out there, I'm going to be the one to break this shit down.
Atlanta, whatchamacallit is running promo for you. Right now, Roc Nation is running ads. Why do you need that, bitch?
She needs it because every artist needs it. You're signed to who? Republic? Why don't you leave Republic and just drop your music independently? Why didn't you leave Republic and drop Pink Friday 2 independently? You probably would have had great success without them, right? If we're going off of this same theory. Megan Thee Stallion is a much smaller artist than you. We're all knowing of that. So why wouldn't she need advertisements? Roc Nation's her management company, yes. But as you can see, she's a top earner over at Roc Nation. So what you think? Running ads is going to hurt them? they're going to make that money back. I wouldn't be surprised if she fulfills this deal with Warner at some point and just goes and be Roc Nation label and management. But of course, it's not the best idea to have your label also be your management company, because then you can be led astray. You know, who's going to do the checks and balances on if the label's taking advantage of you if everybody's in bed together? That's where shit gets a little rocky and you could get taken advantage of. So it's like, nah, I'll keep y'all as management. I'll go with them and do a distribution deal because they're going to give me a bag. I still own my music. We still going to do what we do. Y'all going to eat, run the ads, right? We could even do a fucking revenue split through my management contract that entitles y'all to some of the money off of my deal. It's ways to get this shit done, but this is none of Nicki Minaj's business.
Get up on your good foot. Not your hoof foot. Why are you lying to your fans? You are not an independent artist. Stop your dumb ass lying, bitch. All that fucking lying for what? I'm an independent artist. Come on. Everybody feels sorry for me.
It's a 40-year-old woman, y'all.
Right. Yeah. Yelly said, if you can lie on your dead mother, absolutely you would lie on anything and anyone, baby girls. But telling me, please get help. Me get help?
You need it.
You just lied to your entire, well, the few couple fans you got that actually buy music, when you're not talking about Nicki Minaj, you just lied and said you are an independent artist. You are not. You have 3 major fucking companies paying for ads for you, dummy. We can see it. We have eyeballs. This dummy just said she is independent. She's managed by Roc Nation. Oh my God. More and more I realize. You see how I just told? And you see how a person just said, no, she...
Now, it seems that a bigger issue that Nicki Minaj has, even bigger than the issue she has with Megan Thee Stallion, because they don't even know each other well enough to have an issue that's real, is that she don't like Roc Nation. She's been having some sort of contentious relationship with those folks over there. Jay-Z, Roc. I don't know what her relationship is like with Beyonce these days. Seems to be severed, but we don't know that for sure. But we can see that as voiced through her outing Roc Nation as being behind some advertisement, right? But I thought she was independent. Why Roc Nation got ads on Twitter for her? But I just explained that. Let's not go back into that. She goes, bars on bars, don't let the playful voice fool you. So she's trying to sway her fans to think that she's really rapping. Then she says, yeah, empty your artillery on a bitch that can't even rap on beat. Nah, bitch said nobody was gonna say nothing and ain't say shit since a bitch said something. Tell that weak hoe get up on her good foot first. They so desperate when people search Bigfoot, they sent them to her song. Well, you do know that the streaming companies work off of algorithms the same way that social media does. So if it's known that you're making a diss record towards Megan Thee Stallion and you associate Bigfoot with Megan Thee Stallion, you gave the algorithm days to catch on. Yeah, when you start searching for it, it's going to come up with your song, and it's going to come up with a song from the artist that you're dissing. It's not the first time we've seen that. Somebody says, I think Nicki got another joint tucked away low key. She says, I have 4 more. Garbage. Someone accused her of going on a coke rant. She says, whenever you see the words coke rant, you know they mad. If y'all hear how loud I'm laughing, I've never done coke in my life, but if I did, I'd do it proudly. Waited up all night for this quote unquote ass song though, right? Bigfoot. Now, we also know she dissed Ken Barbie in that song. He comes out and says, the fact that I be on this lady mind is funny, but I love this. I get paid for this. Nicki, how are you going to buy anyone's catalog when you got liens on your publishing catalog and your tour deal? You blew your advance from your last tour, and now this tour is collateral. So you're literally about to tour for free because you owe Uncle Sam. God damn. I don't know this to be true, but this is what he's saying. You want to holler that people judge your disgusting ass husband because they're not used to being quote unquote loved, but you know who is used to being loved exactly like you? Wendy Williams. He loved her pockets to the end, letting her do all types of drugs so he could keep digging in that purse while you sit up there looking like an ass. That man is keeping you all drugged up and mixing your coke with horse tranquilizers and Ozempic so he can make you more stupid while taking your money and letting you look crazy. You have to buy love. You have no room to judge anybody on anything. You have no friends, hence why you out here looking like a complete maniac. Your brothers are pedophiles, your real dad is a drug addict like you, and your little sister is living in the projects. You might be Nicki Minaj on the surface, but deep down inside you're that hurt little girl that your mom abandoned in Trinidad till you was 5, and that's why you hate her. You want to talk about apologizing to mothers like you didn't hit your own mom, and as it came out your own mouth, you still haven't forgiven her. Moi, no family, no friends, just coke. Now, we have to be equal here. I don't know if any of this is true from Ken Barbie. These could all just be rumors, made up things. I personally have not done the research to verify if this tour is collateral, right? However, there is some paperwork out there that's making an argument that it could be. This documentation here is not fully legible, but I'm going to put it on the screen nonetheless. Okay, this is what they're alleging is your financial troubles with UCC financing. Okay, Nicki Minaj, they've got your, I don't know if this is your actual address, but it's got your business address or something on there. We're not going to go through all that. Apparently, there was some sort of loan taken out from First Tennessee Bank National Association. And this is where they're saying that they believe your current tour that you're about to start on is collateral against your past one for bad performance. Okay. Exhibit A says the collateral includes the following personal property of debtor, who would be Nicki Minaj, wherever located and whether now or hereafter existing the collateral. A, all income derived from the license of the performing rights, including all royalties, payments, and any other compensation arising out of or pursuant to under the music performance rights license agreement. And performance rights, basically, for anyone that doesn't understand, this is dealing with publishing. If the songs get synced on TV, film, advertisements, etc., certain royalties that come from radio, all of that gets collected through performance rights. So all publishing money and performance rights money that comes from her music is going to be collected by Global Music Rights. That's what that agreement says. And they were entered into this on April 1st, 2020. Okay. So this is in the heat of the pandemic, a month after everybody started going into a frenzy about being on lockdown. She entered some sort of publishing agreement with this company to where I guess they fronted her some money and they're using her publishing as collateral to make sure that they're able to collect it back. All proceeds acquired upon the sale, lease, license, exchange, or other disposition of any and all foregoing collateral, although proceeds are covered, bank does not authorize the sale or other transfer of any of the collateral of the transfer of interest in the collateral. So you can't sell this to nobody else, right? Because it's already being used as collateral. So you can't enter any new agreements until they've been made whole. I don't see a signature from Nicki Minaj on this paperwork, which means if there was a signature on it, then I would know for sure that this would be real. But this is convincing. It could be fake. Could be fake documentation. However, this is what we have for now. And Nicki may come out and debunk this. She may address it. She may not. I think it would probably work in her favor to address it since she's addressed everything else. So anything that she skips over, people are going to accept as truth. She's coming out calling Megan broke. But it seems that her financial house may not be in order. Then Nicki decides to take aim directly at an executive at Roc Nation. On the next song, I delve into all the people Desiree Desiree Perez, allegedly fired for unknown reasons, other things as well. So many people were blindsided and hurt by her, allegedly. She's willing to go broke to try to replace me. Fix it, Jesus. So we don't know what this is about. It sounds to me that Roc Nation pursued her at a certain point and offered her a management deal for her to go over there and be represented by them. We don't know why, but she seemingly declined because also during the pandemic, she hired 2 new management companies. One management company she fired very quickly and another she got with. None of them being Roc Nation. But for you to have a problem with them, it seems, and for you to say they're willing to go broke to replace you or try to replace you, it sounds like they gave you an offer to get down with the team. You decline and you believe that it's like, okay, since you don't want to come fuck with us, we're going to invest our resources into Megan Thee Stallion to compete with you and show you we didn't need you anyway. This is what I'm assuming Nicki Minaj is feeling. She says begging about to act like Nicki and look like Nicki in every interview. She not going to force out tears this time. She going to try her best to act funny, which she's horrible at. She says spending so much money. But she's the little broke independent artist. Desiree, you gotta let it go, baby. The world knows she's ass and can't rap. Stop trying to make fetch happen. Quote unquote. Hashtag Bigfoot. I just put out a song with no promo, no video. It's already number 2. You're a much bigger artist than Megan Thee Stallion is. We've already established that. She continues on. They're doing so much fraudulent shit for Bigfoot. She can't do it without a machine behind her. Her mom used to write her raps. Her mom was a stand-up real woman, nothing like Lion Lipo. This is all false. Megan has come out on numerous occasions talking about how her mom didn't even want her to rap. Therefore, she had to go hard at home writing to instrumentals to convince her mom to support her as a rapper. So where would you get this indication that her mom used to write her raps if she didn't even want this girl to rap? We've got Milagro, who is clearly Team Barb coming out. And she's leaning into this idea of Megan Thee Stallion potentially having a relationship with T. Ferris. So she says, okay, back in 2020, I'm doing what I do now, and a rumor was circulating that Megan Thee Stallion was fucking T. Ferris. I reported on it, and since old girl and her friend's family watched my show, one of her besties that I had a internet rapport with hit me. As you can see, she said it wasn't possible for Megan Thee Stallion to be sleeping with T. Ferris because he was her guardian, like a father figure. I thought the verbiage was odd, but as time went on, I realized Megan Thee Stallion was slow and needed one, so it made all sense. I covered this case from the moment it happened, and my IG was targeted, which resulted in me losing conversations. Good thing I recorded everything and put it to the side. So she's got a screenshot of her talking to an alleged friend of Megan Thee Stallion. She says, hey, Millie, that was me on Mob Radio. I should have just wrote you and told you, but it had me heated when you said Meg could possibly be messing with T. Ferris. He is her guardian. When Megan mama died, he took on all responsibility for Meg and promised her mama to look out for her until the day he died. Milagro then replies, hey, baby, I hope you were listening and could hear what I said, but in case you didn't, I wanted to respond here. I personally didn't say Megan had anything with T. Ferris. I am commenting on a very active conversation being had. It is literally business, never personal. I presented nothing that showed I believe they were. If you watch the show, you know how I get down. I don't mince words, so I love your loyalty and how you ride, and I hate to have offended you. I want Megan to win just like you. Hopefully you understand where I'm coming from. The alleged friend comes back and says, I listen to you all the time. Your shit dope. And I wasn't mad at you. I'm just mad and actually shocked that people would articulate such a thing, and I appreciate it. I know you've been fucking with Meg since day one. Until you put out the identification of this person to confirm that this is an actual friend of Megan Thee Stallion, we can only take that at face value as well, just like those documents from Ken Barbie. However, someone else has come out and said the way she kept making new LLCs so she can be able to get more loans. So they go and actually reveal all of the different debtor companies that Nicki Minaj is receiving loans for. They've also released this online, which I'm going to show in the screen here. Again, this is not to besmirch Nicki Minaj. I'm just following the storyline. I went through what Nicki had to say. Now I'm going through what the people are saying in return. I'm being fair. I'm calling it on both sides. It's just that the information coming out on Nicki seems to be a little bit more professional, being that these are companies in her name. As you can see, we've got Harajuku Barbie Music. Y'all remember when she used to call herself the Harajuku Barbie, right? You've got Mirage Onika Tanya Mirage Petty, Nicki Minaj. That's another company. You've got Petty Boots LLC, another company. Debtor, meaning she's taking out loans on these companies. That is not to say that she's not paying these loans off. It's not to say that she's broke. She's doing OPP, other people's money. I'm not mad at that, but people are saying that you are in debt. Okay, we've got Pink Personality Inc. We've got Tokyo Ninja LLC. I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think of that. But again, when you come out and call somebody broke and you say that they fucked up and they're doing sideways things and people come and put yours out, you can't cry foul. Now, the Breakfast Club also had some things to say about this Bigfoot record. So let's get into it. Let's not waste no time because we've already been here long enough. Some of y'all have left. I'm not leaving because we're going to address this one time. I'm not finna come back and do 100 million videos talking about Megan Thee Stallion and Nicki Minaj, right? My life is not contingent upon their success or failure. I just want to be fair in the battle. If there's more information that comes out, if there's more direct shots taken, I may document them as well. But I want to give a one fell swoop on this, and I want people to know once and for all, hey, this is where we stand until further notice.
And it's also interesting, too, that, Meg never said any names, like, on purpose. And she said that, the hit dogs will holler. Mm-hmm. And Nicki was hollering all weekend.
That's right. And Nicki released a diss record last night, and we'll play a clip off of it. Let's go.
That ain't it, Nicki. Okay, I don't know who Nicki got around her, but there's absolutely no reason that should have left the studio. I'm glad Nicki decided to finally rap and not just tweet, but no. That ain't it. Because Megan put out Hiss on Thursday night, and for the next 72 hours...
Friday midnight, yep.
No, it was Thursday night at midnight.
Midnight, yep.
No, so Friday at midnight, right? Yep. So she put out Hiss Friday night at midnight, and for the next 72 hours all weekend, Nicki just has been talking about her on social media. And a lot of the bars that, may have made me been like, oh, shoot, she already tweeted about. She tweeted the Megan Law, Megan Raw line on Twitter. Slick line, but once I heard it in the song, I already saw it on social media, so it ain't hit the same. The Bigfoot line on IG Live, it didn't hit the same because I heard it on IG Live. And I know we say all is fair in love and rap battles, but man, hearing Nicki keep talking about Megan's deceased mother, that ain't it, man.
Well, that's what people have been talking about. They're saying, when it goes to diss rap, can you go too far in diss rap? That's what people have been saying all weekend long.
I was born in 1978. If you'd asked me this question 20 years ago, I would have probably said, nah, all's fair in loving hip-hop. And I still kind of feel like that to a certain extent.
I mean, we've seen it in everything. If you go back to Tupac, if you go to Biggie.
Those are terrible examples.
If you go to Nas, if you go to Hove, if you go to...
Hove apologized because he went too far.
Who else is
And I'm sure Nas looks back on Ether sometime and be like, okay, I should have said that.
Well, they're friends now. That's it, too.
But we're approaching this from a grown...
Yes, evolved.
...level.
Yes.
I just don't... Yeah, I don't see the need to bring in somebody's deceased mother.
Okay. Well, we'll
but I can't. Like I said, I can't say it's not fair. I'm just speaking from a human perspective.
Okay.
From a human level, I don't agree with that.
So that's Charlamagne's take. Envy, we don't have his take on this clip here. I'm sure they spoke on it, but I didn't listen to the entire show. Now, TMZ comes out and they say Nicki Minaj releases Bigfoot diss track aimed at Megan Thee Stallion. Fans reject it, which we've widely seen that on social media. If you're just a general music fan, somebody that wanted to hear something dope, something entertaining, something that you could possibly add to your playlist and ride out with this week, those people, like myself, are disappointed. The only people that are going to act like this song is a hit or that act like this song is the shit are Barbs. And they're not a reliable source because Nicki Minaj could literally dig up her ass and throw the toilet paper at them. They would put it in savings and try to act like it's valuable. So we can't trust their word, right? But you know your ear. This is the ear test as a music fan. This is the worst song of her fucking career. So Nicki comes out and says, reject, quote unquote, a song that just broke a record for highest debut in Apple Music history with none of these paid shenanigans. Told y'all about TMZ long time ago. That's another company they're allegedly in bed with. So she says they're allegedly in bed with. It seems that she's going at Roc Nation personally. The fan that sent this to Nicki says, reject it. Roc Nation works hard, but Barbs work harder. Let's push to #1 on iTunes and Apple Music, right? So now we're seeing that Nicki Minaj, for whatever reason, is ramping up a campaign to go against Roc Nation. Megan Thee Stallion is just a piece of the puzzle, but she is not the entire puzzle. So this is going to be interesting. I believe during the time of the rollout for Pink Friday 2, she said something about Roc Nation as well. I think she said somebody felt comfortable because they are associated with Jay-Z and Roc Nation that they could go against her or something like that. But it wasn't a direct shot. It wasn't aimed at Megan. It was somebody else. I don't remember that. I wish I did. I wish I had screen saved it. But this has been brewing for some time. This is possibly why Nicki Minaj put out this half-baked ass diss record, just to let them know I'm coming at y'all head. I'm gonna knock your girl down, right? Because she somehow believes it's fire. And I'm coming for y'all next. She says she's got 5 more in the tuck. I'm going to be honest. I don't want to hear the other 4. Based on the way that she's been acting, the way that she's been handling herself in the public, I think she's going to try to put them out. Or she's going to at least drop another 1 or 2 just to prove that she got dirt of some sort on different people. I mean, the next song is going to be going at Desi Perez. How many of y'all actually know who Desiree Perez is? It's not going to be valid. Who's going to go look up who this lady is? Who have y'all known in music to go at an executive that's a behind the scenes suit at a company and make a whole diss record? Who's going to listen to that? We don't know that lady, right? She could be important. She could be everything. But on a public mainstream level, we've never even seen what this lady looked like for you to be making a diss record about her. What's it going to prove? Since I've been on this video talking to y'all, Nicki Minaj has come out and says, I'm in great company, front row next to the who's who's. Thank you guys. #1, they saying is Bigfoot in Apple Music, or the biggest solo female debut in Apple Music history. You got Bigfoot. You got Easy on Me by, who's that, Adele? #3, Mine by Taylor Swift. #3, again, Slut, Taylor Swift. #4, Positions. Who's that, Beyonce? #4, the one that looks like probably Taylor Swift. And then you got another #4 with Megan Thee Stallion. So how could you act like you so much better than Megan when she's right there with you? It's in the graphic. Matter of fact, let me show y'all the graphic while we're here, because why else talk about it if I'm not going to show it, right? This is the graphic that I'm speaking on. Right? She comes back and she says, the fact I was about to make history and God knew. That's why doo-doo on the beats was removed from this moment. Heavy on it at one butt naked. Who the fuck is butt naked? Okay, so butt naked is Tate Cobain. Tate Cobain seems to be the one putting the battery in her back. Real niggas only. Even when it's 3 seconds left on the clock, it goes up. Crowd goes hush and then score. Buzzer beater. Bigfoot. Quote. So she's feeling like she's doing big shit. You know, the fact that the whole world was curious to see what she had to say. She's Nicki Minaj. She's the #1 selling female rapper of all time. Everybody was supposed to be locked in. But when you put out a song and you get that much negative reviews, from people that used to be your fans, that are your fans, that like and love you. Maybe not Barb's, because that's a whole different piece. The people don't like the shit. The people are not going to listen to this record. That shit was thrown away. I'm sure there's a lot of people that would love to delete this song from your discography right now, and you're trying to act like you did something because it's number one. Yeah, this is the same shit that Poopity Scoop did when Kanye West did it, but everybody said that nigga's tripping. You want to be in that company? I've been on here over an hour. That was not my intention. Let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. I did my best to stay current and keep this ongoing as things develop, but I can't stay on here all day, right? Do a 24-hour stream about Nicki Minaj and Meg Thee Stallion. Can't do that. So let me know how y'all feel. Be sure to like and share this video. If you have not seen me on YouTube before, this is your opportunity to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And understand, I am not a Nicki Minaj hate channel, right? So as much as I may have debunked some of her theories today, if she comes out with something tomorrow that's truthful, or if she comes out with another one of these diss records that she has in the tuck and it comes out to be fire, I'm going to be honest and say that's what it is. But I'm going to be honest on all levels. So if it's trash again, we're going to keep saying it's trashed. You know what I mean? Just is what it is. As of right now, I got Megan Thee Stallion up 1-0. His was a much better record. It was more focused. It was strategic. This was something that Meg plotted out. It struck the right nerve that sent Nicki Minaj in a public frenzy for the last 4 days. It accomplished everything it was supposed to do. Plus it's streaming well. Plus she's making money. Yes, that's a win. Nicki Minaj put out a trash record. She's still ranting. But that does not mean that she does not have an opportunity to redeem herself moving forward. It's just going to be very hard because she's dug such a deep hole for herself, not only with that song, but with all of the hateful shit that she said online in the process. All right. Much love and respect. Y'all be safe out there. I'll see y'all on the next one, man. Peace.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming, I swinging like soldier rags. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef for computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden, they tell me they proud of me. I've been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.